Hello and welcome to SDN Tech Forum. So we all have probably a Gmail account and have used Google Docs because they are like awesome collaboration tool available as software as a service, and you can get started without any without any prerequisite, right? But there is another hidden gem from Google which is lesser known, and today I'm going to talk about that. This is Google Colaboratory, and this is the URL. It's collab.research.google.com. So what is Google Colaboratory, right? Before we go into that, you can see that in SDN Tech Forum on our channel, we have talked about a couple of things like Anaconda 101, that means how you can install Anaconda package, and also we talked about Jupyter Notebook, right? So this is uh, easy to use IDE, and if you are a Python enthusiast or if you want to do something about data science, this Jupyter Notebook Anaconda is very handy, and or maybe it's a de facto for your data science project. But one of the challenges, first you need to install them on locally, so you need the resources, and also the collaboration with your team is not very easy. That means things are running on your machine, and if you want to share, you have to either email them or send the IPNY file. So what is the other method, right? There are various paid solutions available, but I'm going to show you which is really easy to start, and it is there by default because we all are Gmail users. So let's go and see what Google has to offer. So this is the agenda. We will talk about Google Colaboratory. We'll look into the features, benefit, use cases, and limitations. Finally, I'll show you a live Google Colaboratory, and we'll create a shared doc. All right. So what is Google Colab? Google Colab, also known as Colab, is cloud-based platform that allow users to write and run Python code using Jupyter Notebook. So think of Google Colaboratory as online Jupyter Notebook, which is running on Google Cloud. And if you have a Gmail ID, you are ready to go. It provides free access to a virtual machine with pre-installed libraries and tools for machine learning and data analytics. That means Anaconda, uh, Python Anaconda, right? Because all those packages like Seaborn, Pandas, everything is pre-installed. Colab is designed for collaboration, allowing multiple users to work on the same network simultaneously. It also integrates with other cloud services such as Google Drive, Google Sheet, making it easy to import and export data. That means since it is a Google product, it has native integration with other services like Google Drive, Google Sheet, etc. Feature of Google Colab. One of the key features of Google Colab is its ability to use GPU and TPU for accelerated computing. This makes it ideal for tasks such as deep learning, image processing. So you have given a pretty powerful virtual machine, and you can do a lot of good data science project here. Also, you can write simple as some like Python program and share it with your team if you are a student or you're a hobbyist and you're learning something. Colab also provide access to popular machine learning framework such as Ten- TensorFlow, PyTorch. So these packages are pre-installed, as well as data visualization like Matplotlib and Seaborn. Additionally, it supports integration with GitHub for version control and Colab. So that's awesome. You have a native integration with Drive, and also you can integrate with your GitHub because that's probably is going to be your source controller. The code is going to reside there. So GitHub integration is very important, and Google Colab allow you to do that. Benefit, I think all those things what we talked during introduction, they all are very good benefit. One of the biggest benefit of using Colab is its accessibility. Since it is a cloud-based platform, user can access it from anywhere with internet connection. That's all you need. You don't need a CPU or memory intensive compute. All you need is a laptop or a desktop and internet connection. This make it easy to collab to collaborate with colleague or work on a project remotely. Another benefit is cost saving. Since Colab provide a free virtual machine with pre-installed library and tool, user do not need to invest in expensive hardware and software. This is a great option for student, researcher, and small businesses. So since it is running as a virtual machine offered as a service, obviously you save on hardware. At the same time, you save on software installation and management. Think of it like you want to run some code and you are unsure about the libraries or the packages which has dependency. Here in Google Colab, everything is covered, so you can get started really fast. Though there are some limitations as well. While Colab provide many benefits, there are also some limitation to consider. One limitation is limited amount of storage space provided. Obviously, this is a free service, so there is no unlimited storage. Users are limited to 15 GB, which I think is really good enough for virtual machine, which may not be enough for larger data set. Another limitation is the lack of customization option. While Colab come with many pre-installed library and tool, user cannot install their own software or modify the underlying system. This may limit the flexibility of platform for some users. So I think Google is doing it by designs to keep things consistent. Um, Obviously, if there was an option to create a virtual environment and uh, install your own packages, that would have been greatly appreciated. But then you may run into inconsistency, and that may result in a lot of dissatisfaction. Hence, I think with a free service, it's limited to pre-installed libraries. All right, so now so we know about Google Colab, its benefit, its limitation, how to access that. So for that, let's go to the very first URL. And once you click the URL, you will be, I'm assuming you are logged into your Gmail. And if you're logged into your Gmail, that authentication will be reused. And this is the screen you will be presented with. This says that you are coming here for the very first time. So welcome to the Colaboratory. That's the default notebook you will be presented. Then you can see there are examples, your Google Drive, and if you have any GitHub integration, that will be shown here, and you can upload your things as well. So let's look at them one by one. Some examples, Markdown guide. You can click it here, and it will be open as a pop-up. So Jupyter Notebook, they are written in a Markdown format, and these are the Markdown cheat sheet, how to create headings, how to create, but you don't have to know them. You can actually create your file very easily by just selecting text or code, and everything is taken care. All right, let's go back to my examples. Charts in Colab. If you want to create some charts, how you can do that, there are some tutorial available for that. So it's loading. All right, so if you want to create some line plots, how should be the format, bar plots, so these are the like data science things, histogram, etc. There are some good examples available here so that you can get started very quickly. External data and drive and cloud storage. So local file system, if you want to upload something and all those things, so config snippet and other things are given here. Okay, so keep in mind there are various examples or step-by-step instructions available, right? Some data table, accessing file, advanced, so many options are here, right? So take your time and read through it. Then you have Google Drive. It will you have to connect your Google Drive, of course, and I'll show you how. And then the similar thing for GitHub. So you provide your GitHub URL and then provide a key that will put a GitHub integration so that you can uh, pull a request, you can merge to a branch, commit a uh, commit a code to GitHub. So there will be bi-directional communication will be installed, and also you can upload. You can upload to Google Colab from your local machine. So there are various way you can work with Google Colab. So let's start a new notebook. Once you decided to create your first notebook, think of it as just like a Jupyter notebook. And you have, if you haven't seen the Jupyter video, go into SDN Tech Forum and familiarize yourself. As you can see, it is named as untitled 0.ipynb. That is the Jupyter notebook extension, ipnyb. You can export this file, and if you have Anaconda running on your system, you can simply import to any other machine and everything will be visible. Just like python.py, this is the advanced Jupyter notebook extension, ipynb. So here you are presented with this. You can see I am already given a code block, but let's get rid of that. And right now all you can see here is table of content on the left side. However, in the main window there is nothing, right? I can add a section directly from here, or I can choose code or text to um, add them as I want. All right. This is search. You can search something, and this is the variables. If you are in your program, if you have variable, you can define those variable and test them here. What is this? This folder, connect in runtime. This is the files. Here you can see we have given some sample data. So assumption here is you're using Colab to do some kind of data science project, and for data science project the key thing is having sanitized data, a lot of data in sanitized format, maybe CSV or Excel format. So here you can see California housing train, and a lot of other data sets are available which you can use within your program. You can rename them, you can download them, you can delete them. So you have full flexibility. All right. So these are the sample data set available. What else you can do? You can upload your own data, or what you can do, you can obviously this is a refresh, and you can connect to your Google Drive. When you connect to Google Drive, it asks permit this notebook to access your Google Drive, and you can say no. If you decided to say yes, you'll see it is actually going and trying to authenticate parallelly here. Sign is as a SDN Tech Forum, and if I allow them, then you will see mounting Google Drive. That means now this notebook has access to my Google Drive, and I can see all my files. I can use them if I want for a data science project. All right, let's look here. This is my IDE. My RAM uses, disk uses. Okay, I can connect, I can delete, view resources, manage sessions, everything I can do it from here, right? And here you have what is your utilization looks like. So I have a virtual machine with say 16 GB RAM, actually 13 GB RAM. I'm using very less at this point of time, and I have a disk which is 108 GB, for which I'm using 23 GB. Python 3 Google Compute Engine backend. So this is running on Google Cloud, GKE, GCE. KE is for Kubernetes. Sorry, this is a virtual machine, Google Compute Engine. All right. But if you're not happy with this kind of resources, then what you can do? If you have a bigger team, you want to do a big data science project, then what you can do? You can simply upgrade to Go Colab Pro. And once you decide to go to Colab Pro, here's the pricing. You can do pay as you go. You can go to Colab Pro, which is a flat $9.99 uh, per month. And then we have Colab Pro Plus, and here are the different categories. So I'm happy with the free subscription. I don't want to upgrade. Let's start writing our first uh, code or notebook. So what I want to do, I want to go back here and table of content. First thing is, well, let me get rid of this side. So this is a new section been added. Let's say I'm writing some, let's get rid of this. And what you can do in new section, you can click here in pencil, and you can see this is the markdown format versus this is your how it will be viewed or previewed, right? So you would like to edit the markdown format. I will go ahead and change it, say objective. As I change, you can see the preview, right? And just you can escape it out. Now, if under this objective, if I want to add any other code or any other text, what I can do, I simply select it and say text. When I say text, this is my first objective. So now you can see this text has one cell which has a text. And now within this section, if I want to add a code, I can click on code and I'll be presented with a window as a code. But as you can see, my text has gone down. So let me pull it up. And here I can say uh, code, a Python code, which will print hello world. And I will fix the notation here in a moment. Yep, okay. You can also run the code directly from this block by just clicking this. Okay, so you can see this is print is not defined because this is using uppercase. Hello world, right? So I can get rid of this if it is not neat. And if I collapse it, you can see now my objective, I have two hidden cell, one text and one code, right? And this is the time it used to run the code. You can repeat the same thing. You can continue to add more sections. You can continue to add text and code, and you can simply share it with whoever you want. You can provide comment also. uh, GitHub integration, as you can see, if you are willing to add or authorize, say you wrote a nice program and you want to commit it or send it to your GitHub repo, you can authorize, or first you have to connect to your GitHub account by using authorization, and from there on you can commit and send your code to your GitHub repo. Also, let's look at the things called runtime. Here you can see, just like Jupyter Notebook, you can run individual code blocks. If I have multiple code block here, say one is having print statement, another is assigning variable and etc., I can use runtime either to run them all in sequence, or I can say run before, run after, or maybe just run selected. Also, time on time, you'll see that you have to restart the kernel, because if you leave your code for a long time, it may uh, get stale, so you need to sometime refresh. For that, you can do a restart runtime, etc. Okay. For tools, you have diff notebook. Let's look at diff notebook. So here we can do a quick diff between what I have and in two different notebooks. Here is essentially the same notebook. That's why you can see there is no differences, but you can use the diff tool very well. Rest of the things are pretty straightforward, and I think this is very easy to start, though this is very, very powerful, and I highly advise you um, to use, if you are new to programming or you're getting started, instead of and if you're resource constrained, then go ahead and use Google Colab services. This is very nice feature from Google, and it is free to use. So I hope you like this video, you found this useful, and if you start using Google Colab, please do let me know in comment section. Thank you for watching and see you next time.